Hello everyone, I'm Salad, and welcome back to Danganronpa 3. Today, we're watching episodes 11 and 12 of the Future Arc, and this should be the finale of the season. What I'm expecting is that the whole killing game is going to get wrapped up that's happening here. We'll figure out exactly who or what was behind all of it. Makoto and Munakata seem to have come to some sort of understanding. Makoto seemed to get on his good side just by connecting with his care for Yukizome that he had in the past and bringing that back out of him to help humanize him again. A bit of a shame he couldn't do that earlier before he killed his other friend, but then again, his other friend wasn't that great, so I don't feel too bad about it. I just feel bad that Kyoko had to die before this all could get settled. And apparently Kyoko's notebook has the identity of who the actual person behind this is, or the attacker is. I guess we'll see. We'll see. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get started. Let's see how this is all going to end. And obviously it's not going to completely end because we still got a whole another season of this stuff. But okay, interesting. I like that we are getting this. We're getting the end of Hope Speak Academy, the first game. We're actually gonna get a full continuation of what they see outside. I love it. I love that because this has been a mystery. This has been a mystery that has been on our minds. I mean, it's not a mystery that's ever really mattered, but you still wanted to know. You wanted to know what they saw behind that door, and the fact that we never saw it frustrated everybody, I'm sure. And it frustrated me as well. Now we get to see. Okay. Red sky, lifeless trees, no grass, artillery that's used to defend the place. Oh, okay, and they were the Future Foundation was watching at the time, so there was already. I mean, I think Junko did mention that. Junko did mention that there was people who still out there that still hadn't given up hope. So these are those people at that time. And it looks like we got Munakata and we got the old man and everything. I mean, there was supposedly, well, if we believe Monokuma, there were supposedly rescue teams that tried to appear earlier than that, though, that got repelled by the gunfire, the artillery. It's Junko after all. Yep. Uh-huh. It's very fake, but she's good at her act, I guess. All good things must come to an end. Is that how you're finishing that sentence? Okay, he's actually willing to listen. That's very new for him. Only fingerprints and footprints of the victim are found at the scene. Front, back, about the murder weapon. Is that showing where they got stabbed or something? Knife wounds are in places the victim could have reached? Oh! Wait. So is something like making them kill themselves? Is everyone that died so far by the attacker actually in ultimate despair and they killed themselves? And they did that in order for us to think that there's an attacker so that we would start getting suspicious of people and killing each other? That's got to be it. I feel like I'm onto something. And the only other people who died other than the ultimate despairs were the people who broke the rules. So as long as we just didn't break the rules and just sat quietly in a room, we would have been fine.
みんな自殺だったんだよ。
自殺なんてそんなバカな。だってそんなことする理由が。
No, they did. If their ultimate despair is, they did. Because I already thought that Yukizome committed suicide, or that or got herself killed by the attack, or whatever. Right? That's basically what I thought happened to Yukizome. So just extending that to everybody else, yeah, I can see it. That's totally something the ultimate despair would do.
犠牲者と生存者と似た。
What is wrong with your expression, buddy?
そういえば
The monitors are related. Do the monitors allow them to control people or something?
あの時もそうだ。きっと他の人の時もそうなんだ。犠牲者のすぐそばには。
Oh no, the monitors themselves are controlling people? Okay.
じゃあモニターが自殺と関係して。
You better quickly go into a place with no monitors. Hopefully there's none in here.
中田さん、お願いがあります。
What, they're gonna go around and destroy every monitor?
やっぱりやめた方がいいって。苗木の推理通りだったら死んじゃうんだよ。
だからこうやって自殺しないように縛ってもらったんじゃないか。
それはそうだけど。
I don't think tying him up would be enough to prevent him from committing suicide if he was really adamant about it. He could walk himself over to something and impale himself in the neck. Or he could bite his tongue off. Plenty other ways.
そろそろタイムリミットだよ。行かないと。だから迎えに行くって。
Yeah,
僕は生き延びてみせる。
I believe you, Makoto. I think you will survive this, even though I think you should have done more preparations in order to make that work. To not kill yourself. I think they had to tie you down a little bit more thoroughly than that, but whatever. Maybe anime logic will prevail and he won't be able to escape that.
自殺。もしそれが真実なら。
Are they gonna be wrong? Is somebody else gonna die? You know what? Actually, hold on. Hold on, I have an idea. Somebody is gonna die, and the reason somebody's gonna die is because Makoto was right. It was suicide. Kyoko was right. It was suicide. The people who died before all died because of suicide. Right now, we are going to have our very first, well, is it first? Did somebody else murder? But basically, we're going to have our very first murder in this time frame. And it's because that kid, who's done literally nothing up until now, is going to actually go and murder somebody. And he's going to do it to try to disprove the idea that the monitors were responsible for killing everybody. That's what's happening now. That's my prediction. Let's see if that's what happens. The question is whether it'll kill Makoto or not. Probably not. Is he going to kill Hina or the other guy is the question.
襲撃者さん起きてる？お待ちかねの襲撃タイムだよ。さあ、今日のターゲットは誰かな？
It's yourself.
お？襲撃者さん見て。え？襲撃者じゃなくて？
このバングルがモニターとの距離を計測して。
The Bengal can calculate the distance to the monitor. It's hard to read two subtitles at once.
何を進む？最初はみんなそう言うんだよね。でも襲撃者も悪くないよ。
It's just a recording. You can't talk to it.
秘密の特典がついてくるのだ。え？特典ってなんだって？気になる？気になっちゃう？よーく見てな。
Monokuma's gloomy Sunday. Oh, Monokuma Theater, huh? You're gonna be brainwashed by Monokuma Theater, is that it? Okay. Are you just in your own mind right now? Is that what's going on? Oh, Kyoko's voice, hearing it in your head. Is it gonna try to induce despair so that he kills himself? Is that what's happening? Sayaka too!
私のこと学園から出してくれるって言いましたよね。あなたのせいよ。
僕は
Come on now, Makoto. You know they'd never say that. Oh, yeah, we're getting everybody, huh? Yeah, of course they're going to be saying things like this. They're trying to get him to despair and then die.
僕はみんなを
The question is this even going to work on Makoto?
みんな
Since he's supposedly the ultimate hope, will he just be able to resist this on his own without even needing the restraints? Also, where are you gonna get the knife? Where did they get the knife from? Oh, where did that even come from? Out of the monitor? How did he manage to get his hand free? And they should have thought of this. If they get a knife from, they should have thought, oh, a knife has to come from somewhere. If they have a knife, obviously they could cut the ropes too. Even if they were tied up. And man, what a horrible tying up job that they did. They've got to have a plan B.
今行くよ
Yeah, no. Somebody stopped him. Who stopped him though?
の主人公を倒した男が今さら自殺
How did he manage to stay awake?
許さねえぞ
Wow. How did he... Okay, so he managed to stay alive. That's cool, I guess. But how did he manage to not fall asleep? Did his... the slash that we saw, did he cut off the hand? Is that what he did? Did Munakata cut off his hand that had the wristband on it? Is that what he cut? Yeah, his hand's wrapped up.
どうして起きていられ
Yep.
考えること
No, he didn't. It was Munakata.
ってこと襲撃現場を抑えりゃこのクソみてえなゲームの黒幕を
Or maybe not.
拝めるだろうがみんなあのモニターの映像を見て
That's a powerful thing, by the way. What if... So is this just a test? Is this just a test for whoever is putting this on to see if their monitor thing trick works? And they want to broadcast this then to the entire world? To force everybody in the world to commit suicide? Is that what's going on? Like they'll just broadcast that same thing on all the monitors of the world, and if everybody commits suicide? That seems like a thing that they would do. Seems like it's just a trial run. And if it can even force Makoto to do it, then... Okay, so they don't even need to be near a monitor in a room with a monitor to be woken up. It's just whoever is closest to one gets awoken. Oh, okay, yeah. So the question is, did Yukizome decide to do that herself, or was it from the monitor?
施設の中にいなくても犯行じゃ。
I mean, there still could be the person who set this up among us, but yeah.
じゃあ何か俺たちはここにねどっかの誰かに
I mean, what else is new? That's always been the case.
雪染めもゴズも木村もその映像ってやつにゲームを終わらせましょう。
Okay, but how?
全部壊せば
I mean, okay.
一体いくつあると思ってんだよ。
If he wasn't injured, he could probably do it.
勝手にやったろ。俺はお前とはつるまねえ。
Okay, what is he gonna do then? If you have a different plan.
俺はてめえが憎かった。絶対に許さねえ。この手で殺してやるって思ってた。お前があの希望が峰学園。
Oh, did he know somebody else in Hope's Peak that didn't come out alive?
だから宗像がお前に死ねって言った時俺は正直嬉しかったぜ。どうしてですか。お前が江ノ島を倒したからだ。
Oh, just because he wanted to do that himself?
俺は江ノ島に脅されてた。最後は宗像にまで見捨てられちまった。
So that's interesting. He already knew that Junko was evil before Munakata, but he didn't say anything about it. So was he somebody who maybe we read about in Danganronpa 0 at some point?
宗像さんはあなたも絶望に染まっていると信じ込まさ
Like,
れていたんです。
was he present during those events?
そうかよ。
I don't remember if he was mentioned in that. It was a long time since I read Danganronpa 0.
あった本当にあったよ。
I mean, honestly,
じゃあやっぱりみんな
we should have tried smashing these monitors a long time ago. Like, I don't know why we didn't try a whole bunch of stuff, but it is what it is.
でも一体誰が。
俺自身を除けば
Why does he keep making weird reactions?
世界の機
That
械
kid.
設備に手を加える権限を持っていた人間はたった一人しかいない。
Yukizome?
その人間はお前たち全員が襲撃者だと俺に教えた
No, the old
張
man?
本人でもある。未来機関の創設者にして希望が峰学園の元学園長天眼和夫だ。
Really? I didn't feel like he was behind all this though.
一番近くにいた人間が襲撃。天眼こそが絶望の残党だったということだ。
I mean, he was in the perfect position for a remnant of despair to be in. What better position than the chairman of the leader of hope?
嘘だ。天眼さんがそんなことするはずがない。だって未来機関の代表なんだよ。
Yeah, he honestly didn't seem that bad.
そう考える他はない。前に俺は言ったな。雪染千佐は絶望の残党だったと。雪染先生もあの頃
Instruct? Oh,
俺たち
you're
の
right.
独自に希望が峰
Oh my god, she said he was a teacher.
俺はあいつらを信じた。
Yeah, and it turned out all your friends all betrayed you. That is rough.
信じてしまった。
But did that kid learn under Yukizome? Because he said Yukizome sensei.
天眼につけ込まれたんだ。
Or is he just referencing the fact that she is a teacher? Okay, I don't believe your acting, buddy. I don't believe it at all, okay? All he's done so far has been like, oh no, oh, someone's dead. Oh, impossible. How can this be? Oh no! That's his only lines in this entire show so far. There's gotta be more to it. If this show ends, and he really is just a regular kid, and he really is just oh no, and that's really the only thing he exists for, then I'll be disappointed. But I don't think that's the case. I don't think it's the case. He did not seem like much of a softie. I mean, I guess that's why he went completely in the opposite direction, huh? What, turning off the power? Yeah. But I assume I assume they thought of that possibility, right? This is not the same as the actual building. This is a different building. So they certainly have other methods. Yeah, right. Don't believe that for a second. But that's not necessarily actually the breaker room. Again, this is a different building. Yeah, but he's also the only friend you've got left. Off he goes. I still think we should still destroy those monitors. I don't trust the power being out to be enough. Yeah, similar to Yoi's last words. Oh? Wait, turning off the power did that? It was that simple? Is he just bleeding out? It's a lot of blood, but he's tough. He might still be able to live. That line in the song, "Everybody loves despair." If you say so. Is he actually dead? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I mean, I understand he thought he was doing what was right. But it definitely made things worse. Okay, so the rescuing the rest of the random people who were in the building? Like in the actual main building? Did he create it? So he made those animations. He made the Monokuma theaters. I don't believe you. A message from him? Message from the old man? The old man's dead, so it's a message from his phone? Okay, really, really interesting episode. Obviously it seems like everything's all over, so the next episode is most likely going to be an epilogue of some sort. But that kid, I still do not trust that. He's saying that he didn't even... Makoto was saying... Let me reread what Makoto was saying. Like, because he was saying that he didn't even imply that he was doing it, but he kind of did.
元超高校級のアニメーターのあなたなら何か知ってるんじ
Yeah,
ゃ。
he said, do you know anything about it? So he didn't really say that he wasn't really saying that, oh, you're the one who made this. He was hoping that maybe he knew how it was done or who could have done it. I don't think it's in Makoto's nature to just directly suspect people like that. But then this guy immediately goes crazy-eyed and saying that, no, it was Junko that did it. And maybe in a sense Junko did do it because Junko turned him into the person that he is, maybe. I don't trust this guy. I don't trust this guy in the slightest. We've seen what Yukizome can do in terms of pretending, in terms of lying to people. This is exactly the kind of thing that I feel that Yukizome would have done in this situation to hide her guilt, or to hide her, like, the fact that she was behind everything. So yeah, this guy, super suspicious, and he probably did create those videos. Again though, the fact that simply turning off the power was enough to stop this whole killing game, kind of weird, kind of doesn't really make any sense. I don't know why it was that simple, that the wristband just came off just by turning off the power, and the monitors can't work just because you turned off the power, when this is a completely separate facility that shouldn't have anything to do with any of that. It's all just fake anyways. It's like a fake power room, not a real power room. So like, I don't know. I guess it is what it is. It all just depends on the purpose of why this place exists and why it was set up the way it was and what they were trying to achieve with it. So we know that the old man was partially behind it, and so was Yukizome. What exactly were they trying to achieve? I think it's the test. The video was a test for whether or not they could use that on a larger scale. That's one part of it. Is that all there was to it, or is there more to it? Were they also trying to, I guess, just get some free kills on some of the Future Foundation members? That's possible. Maybe turn some of the Future Foundation members further into despair? Maybe. I don't know. Hopefully we'll get more information about all that in the epilogue, in the last episode here. I think that's all I've got to say though for this episode. I'm glad we've got the killing game pretty much over with at this point. It's been a fun arc, but if the whole 24 episodes was just this killing game, that could get a bit much. So I'm glad that it is the way it is. So let's switch to Japanese and let's start final episode of the season, episode 12. Several years earlier, got some cool military vehicles. We've got the old man. Is it Yukizome talking to him?
雪染君か。
Yep.
どうした？それは？
人類史上最大最悪の絶望的事件の原因となったビデオです。
The video that caused the wait, the video, there's a video, a specific video that caused the tragedy? Hold on, is the video the main culprit in all of this?
洗脳か。
技術自体は私の生徒御手洗亮太が開発したものです。
Yeah.
彼を見つけることができれば絶望と戦う有効な手段になるかもしれません。
Are they gonna watch the video? And that's how they turn into despairs?
預かろう。
それともう一つ、これは予備学科生集団自殺に使われた人を自殺させるビデオです。
Interesting. Those are some powerful things. That doesn't make any sense at all, but that's a lot of power in those. So are you going to try to analyze it and end up becoming a despair yourself? Is that how Yukizome became a despair in this moment? Or like when she watched it? Yeah, I mean, she's obviously despair there, but was she a despair before getting those videos or not? That's the question. So Mirai, or whatever his name is, created a video that turned people into despairs. That's a lot more believable now than the whole. Even though that still makes absolutely no sense logically, it's more believable than the whole. Oh, despair is like a disease. It's contagious or whatever. And that thing that Junko said in the first game, her explanation for why despair spread everywhere was just like oh, it's like a it's just a thing that everybody accepted. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be despair too, which makes zero sense at all. But this at least makes like 0.1% of sense, which is a big improvement. It's always darkest before the dawn. Yep, he got his message from Tengen. Oh, it's a video. No.
見たらいか。君がこのメールを見ている時点で全ては手遅れだ。君のような若い者には分からぬ希望の担い手が裏切り合い、騙し合い、殺し合うようなことが起これば、これほど絶望的なことはない。
I mean, that's the same kind of idea as in the first game. There's like, oh, if the hope of the world starts killing each other, that would be a real despair. Oh, if the future foundation starts killing each other, that would be real despair. It's the same thing. It's nothing new. Okay, I was worried he was going to send one of the actual videos that turns people into despairs. If they've had the video for so long, though, since the very beginning of the first tragedy, why isn't everybody a despair? Like, is there a reason that they haven't just spammed the heck out of that to turn everybody into a despair already? Okay, but why would he only send that message to him? Why is only he getting this message just now? For what reason? Okay. We will see. Okay, but why did you go along with it? I guess just because Junko's very persuasive, but... Yeah, okay, I see. So that's how the remnants of despair were created as well. And yet, this doesn't really, again, this still doesn't make that much sense, because if this video has always existed, why wouldn't Monica use that to create the second Junko? I don't understand that. Like, why? I mean, I guess maybe Monica didn't know about it. She's just a kid. And Nagito knew about it, I guess, because he's watched it. And I guess he didn't tell Monica. I just wanted Monica to go and do her thing, trying to make a second Junko on in her own fashion. And maybe the remnants of despair just don't care about making other Junkos, other despairs, other remnants of despair. They just want to spread despair. They don't care about making more themselves. Is that it? Maybe. Okay. I guess I'll believe you. And the reason why I'm believing him a bit more now is because he's actually revealing some plot relevance and significance to his ability and what he's done. How are you gonna put an end to this? Actually, could you create a hope video? Is that it? If you could, if a despair video was what caused this, could you create a hope video? And what if somebody watches both of them at once? They just go infinitely from hope to despair, in like some crazy loop. Nagito would probably love that.
この希望のビデオを流すよ。レオなら世界中を希望で満たすことができる。
Okay.
江ノ島純子が77期生にやったのと逆のことをするんだよ。
I mean, if
江ノ島の逆
I really hope this is correct.
人の心を変えてしまうってこと。
But the thing is, this is also another form of brainwashing, and I don't agree with it. I don't agree with brainwashing people into hope or despair. Like, I can understand maybe using this on the remnants of despair to change them back, but I can't agree with using this on everybody indiscriminately. Because it is brainwashing them one way or the other. It's the same thing.
僕もずっと悩んでた。でもみんなで力を合わせれば絶望だって乗り越えられるはずだ。勝てないよ。
もう少し考えようよね。
Okay, so this explains why he was always looking so angrily at Makoto before. He's just angry at Makoto for being so strong, really, when he's so weak. Which is funny, because Makoto has never been... he's never really been strong. He's just been good at moving forward. That's not great.
ことを止めておいて。
Yeah, it's brainwashing. Using your talent was his, okay. Okay, I mean, he seems to genuinely want to help, but genuinely wanting to help is not necessarily always a good thing, and we've seen in this series so far. The people who genuinely want to help often just kill people to try to help, which is not great. But let's see how this goes. Okay, they finally entered. What is he even gonna try to do right now? I don't understand. Shouldn't we just be waiting to get rescued? This is horrible. This is not something that should happen. Change the very heart itself, huh? I mean, this is a usual supervillain kind of motivation. I will make the world I will make a perfect world. I will make the perfect human. I will perfect humanity. And then they'll start going on some sort of monologue or rant about how all the evil things that humans do. And I'm actually making the world a better place by getting rid of all emotion or whatever nonsense they speak, right? This is villain talk. Surely they're not gonna shoot him. Nice. Glad we still have him on our side because he's very strong. You know what, he's gonna say it's funny how he wants to stop all that. I mean, was it really? I mean, okay, maybe it was, but couldn't you have just asked him? Instead of setting up this whole killing game, couldn't you have just been like, hey, Mitarai, could you use your video? Like, I don't know. Sure. Yeah, but he didn't do that. Was it really all just to... They were being broadcast to Mitarai. He was the one watching them, because he was here, in the middle of it. You really can't just steal it from him? Okay. Yeah. So Mitarai wasn't supposed to even be here? You were just gonna learn about it and then hope that I guess.
第三へのメッセージだと言っていたんです。
I always assumed that stuff was directed at Makoto, but I guess not.
その結果始まるのが全人類の死や苦しみの一切に奪われて洗脳され
Yeah, that's not good.
人間と呼べるのか。
They all have the same face.
中田さん、この施設に大規模な放送設備はありません。
Yeah, people's sadness, what makes them upset, what makes them angry, that's a big part of who they are. And sometimes being sad is justified, being angry is justified.
洗脳されたと見
Not having any of those negative emotions isn't necessarily a good thing. Because we have those emotions for a reason. Well, having them for a reason maybe not be the right word. They serve a purpose. There's meaning to those negative emotions. Having them for a reason makes it sound like there's some sort of higher purpose to it all, which I don't think there is.
あと少しだ。
Good thing that wooden door is apparently bulletproof. Must be an older video game where they didn't model bullet penetration. Is that Yukizome? Yep, sure is.
ずっとお前のそばにいる。
Yep, this guy's still strong. He's got 2 swords now, huh? Took the one that was stabbed into Yukizome. Then took off his eye patch. See, how is that hope? Why are they shooting at them? Oh, I guess because he specifically told them to, but still.
あと少し。
Good thing this guy is not very athletic.
喋らない方がいいよ。
Oh, she actually got hit.
言って御手洗さんを止めるんでしょう。大丈夫。私
Why'd she ask that as a question? Of course that's what we're doing.
私なら大丈夫だよ。
You better be fine, Hino, because we're running out of friends. Also, where's Yasuhiro in all this? He's supposed to be the main character.
必ず助けを連れて戻るよ。
Yeah, putting on a smiling face while she's very much in pain because of that leg wound. Yeah, that would definitely hurt.
諦めるもんか。最後の最後まで絶対に。
Although I guess not necessarily. Sometimes injuries just don't hurt, even though they look really bad. I one time got sliced on like my shin by a snowboard. It cut off like a big chunk of flesh. My first time snowboarding. Really, it was really annoying how it happened, but that's a story for another day. But basically, it sliced off a big chunk of flesh. Didn't really feel much pain at all. So sometimes wounds are just like that.
諦めるもんか。
Snowboards are sharp. I don't know why they're so sharp on the sides, but they sure are sharp on the
諦
sides.
めない。
Just let that be
絶望
known.
のない明日のために。
Worldwide broadcast starts, yes.
僕は逃げない。
Wait, let me go press that button right now on my video. Here we go. Worldwide broadcast? Yes. Send everywhere on Earth? Yes. There we go. Now everyone's watching this video. Okay, we can continue now.
絶望をなくしてみせ。
Why is there a countdown? That makes no sense. Why is there a countdown? Can't you just send it out immediately? What's the purpose of a
カウ
countdown?
ントがゼロになった時、世界は希望に染まる。
Okay, but why is there why is there a countdown?
もう誰も悲しまない。
There's the van out in space, huh? Monica. Honestly, Monica might need to be one of the people who actually watches that video.
争いもない。
Sudden commercial break. What is this? Somebody watching something?
私は雪染千佐。
Hey,
元
Yukizome.
超高級の家政婦。そ
Super
の
high
才
school
能
level
に導かれる
housekeeper.
ままに、私は数々の決定的瞬間を見てきた。 というわけでここからは家政婦は見たタイム
What are we actually looking at here?
こちらが今回の黒幕未来機関の代表天眼和夫にな
Okay,
り
I
ます
don't think we need a recap at this point.
ツートップ天眼と胸巻いてくよ
Okay, so we didn't really learn anything new right there. I don't know if this is if Yukizome actually being alive here and talking to Junko, or if this is Junko in her head with Yukizome being alive, or this is not even anything, them in the afterlife watching what's going on as ghosts. Like, I don't know what's going on here. But they're saying, like, this is just like what happened with Izuru Kamakura, where they tried to create hope with Izuru Kamakura and ended up creating a remnant of despair. And they're trying to create hope with this video, and they're going to end up creating despair out of it. So, yeah, I agree.
一方の苗木君は絶望の座になる前の姿に戻そうとしたてかそれも手のいい洗脳じゃん
I guess.
それが
It's more like your
苗木君は結果を
rehabilitation.
前に未来機関へ召喚黒幕で殺し合いしてたんだよそんな組織誰もついてこないじゃん
Yeah, but we don't really need an organization like that. What does the Future Foundation need to exist? It's not the entire hope of the world shouldn't be on one organization.
結局雪染ちゃんは教え子を絶望に染めて
Yep,
恋人
I
と
figured.
偉い人を狂わせて未来機関を崩壊に導いたってわけねじゃあ絶望的に
Yeah, so she's dead.
こうして希望は失われた
She is dead.
希望を求める願いが絶望
This is just them in the afterlife recapping.
愛は裏切られここから希望が始まるのよ
What?
はあまなんでもいいか私らも死んでるし
Yeah,
ね
you're both very dead. Okay, that's where your hope starts. Wait, no, that's where the season ends. Hold on, is there any after credit thing? I think there is. Yes, there is. We're not done yet. What's actually going on? Do we stop Midori or do we not? Oh, here we go. Yes, I knew Yasuhiro would save the day.
降参だから
Where's Byakuya at though?
そこで何をしている貴様ら
There we go.
誰に銃を向けている
Nice. He's got his own people with him.
本当に幸運なのか
Honestly, he is more unlucky than lucky. He really is. So now the question continued to the hope side. Okay, so I guess that's the end of that season. We don't know if Midori actually succeeds or not until we go on to the next one, which we will, of course. Quite a cliffhanger to leave off on, though, definitely. I'm glad that Yasuhiro finally got to do something in the end. What is going to happen with all these soldiers, though? Because they're all brainwashed now. At least these ones are. Is there going to be a way to get them back to normal at all? Because they're all basically remnants of despair now. Except they're like remnants of hope. Just the same kind of thing. Is Midori going to fail in his plot right now? And he's going to be forced out. And him and these soldiers are going to escape. And they're going to be like his group. And he's going to go try to find some other way to broadcast this to more people? I don't know. If he does succeed, I don't know how we get out of this except by broadcasting the message of despair. Because his mind control seems to be way too strong. Is the video that was meant, well, I guess they weren't really made by him, but the video that was meant to cause someone to kill themselves even worked on Makoto, worked on everybody here. And the people here are not weak-willed. And the one of despair apparently had a lot to do with the tragedy that happened initially, which we never knew before. So I don't see how these people are going to come back and be normal after being brainwashed the way that they are. It's also incredibly easy to brainwash them, apparently, like way too easy. Now, one thing I still don't fully understand is what Yukizome here was trying to actually say to Junko when she said that this is where our hope begins. It's like Yukizome was an ultimate despair, but she really was actually on the hope side all along. Like, is that what she's trying to say? Is that the vibe she's trying to give? I'm not really sure. I'm not sure what to make of it. I like her. I like her maid outfit in this. It's very adorable. But she just seems very different from the Yukizome that we saw before. I mean, I guess when they're dead, they don't. She doesn't have to continue pretending to be somebody else. So that's why her personality is a little bit different. But still, it's a very different personality than we were used to. Overall, though, great season of the anime. I enjoyed it. The action was really good. The story was great. The characters were fun. I'm just sad a lot of the ones I really liked died. Overall, it was better than I expected it to be. I came into this anime expecting it to just be, all right, kind of mediocre, because whenever there's an adaptation of something, it's always kind of risky, right? Whether it's an adaptation of a game into an anime or a live action, or an adaptation of a book into a game, or a book into a movie, or a movie into a game, like no matter what direction it's going, it's always very scary and very tricky, because a lot of times the people who are given the task of creating the adaptation don't have a full understanding of what it is they're adapting, or don't have a real love for the thing that they're adapting. Here, I don't think they had that problem at all. And it didn't seem to be low budget at all either. I mean, it wasn't super high budget, but the animation and the fights were great. Like, at no point did any wonky animation take me out of the experience or break my immersion. That never happened. The characters all had unique character designs, unique personalities. I do still have like some small annoyances with the way the story, with like some of the ways the story decided to go, with that girl betraying the person who trusted her completely. Why did you do that? I still don't see how that makes that much sense. Sure, he can never betray you when he's dead, but he was so obviously never going to betray you. Come on. That Yoi guy was so great. The old man not just taking the video for himself and broadcasting it to the world, that's still a little bit sus. But overall, I think the story was well done. I think the plot twists were everywhere. There was just constant plot twists all over the place. I actually do like what they did with Monica. I was really surprised that they revealed her at the very start as if she was the villain. I like that she actually just wasn't the villain. And I like what they did with her character, even though her character was very different than it was in Ultra Despair Girls, but I think quite a bit of time has passed since then, and she's grown up a little bit. I liked the way she's like, I'm done with this world. Can I just go fly off and stay in my room and play video games? And that was, you know what? If she's going through puberty, she's becoming a teenager. I think that's fitting, right? That she has her rebellious phase, and she doesn't want to listen to her parents anymore, and now she doesn't want to be Despair anymore, and she wants to go hide in her room and lock herself in her room up in space. I think that's so fitting. I think that makes a lot of sense, and fits with her character. I just love what they did with that. So I thought that was really cool, despite it not being very similar to the Monica that I remember. And the Monica that I remember was like one of the best characters. So even though it's not the same as that best character, it was still really good. Still hate that Kyoko had to die for this, though. They were so close to fixing everything. And yet Kyoko had to die right at the very end. That sucks so much. She was my favorite character from Danganronpa 1, and she's one of my favorite character in all of the games overall. So yeah, that still makes me angry. It doesn't make me sad. It still just makes me angry to know that she died in this series. So It is what it is. I'm curious what we'll see in the next season. I'm assuming it's gonna be stopping Mirai from doing his stuff, or maybe he'll succeed and we'll have to deal with the consequences. Either way, this season of it has given me a lot of hope, I guess, and a lot of trust that the next season is going to be good, because this season was good and I enjoyed it a lot. So hopefully you guys enjoyed watching it along with me, and I will see you guys in the next season. See you guys then.